What's up, y'all? The DA here, messing around with Streamyard, trying to get a video uploaded. I told you guys I was going to get at least one video uploaded while I was here at Anime Matsuri. This is something that has come to my attention regarding Gal Gadot, and I'm just like flabbergasted by. And you know what? While I'm here, let me say this about anime conventions. If you haven't been to one, even if you're not necessarily an anime fan, go. You'll actually have a good time. You're going to meet your people, people of like-minded, because we're all nerds, we're all geeks. We love this stuff. We love the culture. We love the energy and the atmosphere. I went to like a trivia contest, and I didn't know anything about the contest, but I was just enjoying myself, laughing myself to death, just watching other geeks and nerds just kind of commiserating and enjoying, the contest. And it was awesome. I also had an opportunity to run into Gary from Nerd, ran into the Critical Drinker. Both of those guys gave some advice to me, so I really appreciate those dudes for showing up to the convention and for talking to fans and just giving us their takes on Hollywood and on the industry in large, and where they see this whole thing going in terms of content creation, YouTube, and not just that, but Hollywood in general. Fantastic discussion they had on their Friday Night Tights panel. But anyway, let me get to this article here if I can figure out how to do it. This is absolutely bonkers. This whole situation with Gal Gadot. And you can see right here, oh, this is way too small. Let me see if I can figure out how to make this bigger. But yeah, Wonder Woman 3 won't fly, it says, in the new DC universe. There we go. And despite Gal Gadot teasing that, oh yeah, we're gonna have a new Wonder Woman 3. And I saw that initially and I was kind of like, what's that all about? So pardon the voice and the sound. I know it's not the best because of the mic situation. I'm again on the fly, folks. You're seeing this on the fly. But let's get over to this now. We actually have her comments, her initial comments of what she said in regards to her and James and Peter, right? James Gunn, Peter Safran setting up a new Wonder Woman 3. So this here is the actual interview. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Yesterday, it was announced that DC's cast a new Superman and Lois Lane. I would love to get your thoughts on the new casting, and are you hopeful to continue your work in this new DC universe as Wonder Woman?
I love portraying Wonder Woman. It's so close to and dear to my heart. And from what I heard from James and from Peter is that we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. And the new.
So you heard her. We're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. That's what she said, straight from Gal Gadot's mouth. And you can see it down here. It's hidden. Okay, right here. It says this was recorded in June of 2023, right? So just after they announced the Lois and Clark for Superman Legacy, this is when this interview was done. Gal Gadot saying, "Oh yeah, we just talked to James and Peter, and we're going to get a Wonder Woman 3 developed." So then you come back to this, and you're saying, "Well, wait a minute, what's going on here then?" Let's go ahead and check out this article on Variety. This won't take very long. Wonder Woman 3 won't fly in the new DC universe, despite Gal Gadot teasing development plans. So is a third Wonder Woman movie on the way from Warner Brothers and DC Studios? Not quite. Despite recent comments from Gal Gadot claiming DC heads James Gunn and Peter Safran told her they would develop a Wonder Woman 3 together, sources with knowledge of the situation tell Variety that is not the case. According to the sources, a third Wonder Woman film is not in development at DC Studios, nor do Gunn and Safran have plans for any at this for nor do Gunn and Safran have plans at this time for any Wonder Woman project in the new DC universe other than their previously announced Paradise Lost prequel series for Max. Okay, so let's stop for just a moment. You heard what Gal Gadot said. She said, we are developing a project together. At the same time, now you got this story coming out, or not the same time, but later down, 2 months later, they're saying, well, there's nothing in development at DC Studios. Gunn and Safran do not have plans for any Wonder Woman project outside of that Paradise Lost prequel series. And that's what we got. So is Gal Gadot lying? Is she just making up stories? All right. Is she trying to speak the Wonder Woman 3 into the universe, into existence? Is that what's happening here? It's hard to believe that Gal Gadot is coming out and saying something that absolutely did not happen. No, we never, this conversation that she's talking about between James Gunn and Peter Safran and them promising that they are going to develop something, quote unquote, together. it's hard to believe that that conversation never happened. So you have to start wondering what's happening here. Are we talking about them developing something that doesn't necessarily fit within the DC universe? Now, see, this is one key piece in the new DC universe. Okay. First thing I thought of was, okay, is this some sort of an Elseworlds thing? They got the Joker going Elseworlds, right? They have that. They also have Matt Reeves' Batman. That's also Elseworld. That's not a part of DC Universe, the DCU that James and Peter are developing. So is it possible that, yeah, this is part of that universe? That's kind of where my brain first went, but let's keep reading. Gadot first suggested that Wonder Woman 3 might not be fully dead in an interview with comicbook.com that we just saw. I love portraying Wonder Woman. She said, it's close and near and dear to my heart. From what I heard, James and Peter were going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 together. Then she said, then it says the actor made a potential future Wonder Woman 3 appear even more likely during a recently published profile by Flaunt magazine. In this interview, Gal said she was assured by Gunn and Safran that Wonder Woman 3 would be developed. I was invited to a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, Gadot said, and what they told me, and I'm quoting, you see, like very intentional language being spoken here by Gal Gadot. You're in the best hands. We're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3 with you. We love you as Wonder Woman. You've got nothing to worry about. So time will tell. Now, it's possible that they said all of this stuff, that Gal Gadot is being 1,000% truthful, and then they just changed their mind. And they just haven't told Gal Gadot that yet. That's always a possibility. You never know, especially when you're talking about DC and how screwball that entire company has been when it comes to handling that property. Warner Brothers, DC, they've been completely screwball when it comes to handling their DC properties. They haven't done them justice by any stretch of the imagination. I've told you guys, I'm a DC guy first, okay? Out of my major fandoms. It's a much bigger fandom than I have for Marvel, for any other comic universe. So I'm very intimately interested in what they are doing with these characters. And Warner Brothers DC has absolutely dropped the ball a whole lot of times when it comes to the DC universe. So it's hard to know what the hell is going on here. Gal Gadot, I believe, is telling the 1,000% truth. I think she is being 100% honest. But then you start wondering, okay, well, who are these sources that Variety is saying, oh, nothing was ever promised, right? That's the next thing. Look, the sources added to Variety that nothing was ever promised to Gal Gadot regarding Wonder Woman 3, nor was there any definitive discussion of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman continuing in the DC universe. Gunn and Safran gave a presentation at the start of this year unveiling the first titles of their new DC universe, including Superman Legacy, and they continue to be the focus. They continue to be laser focused on these new films. So again, this is the problem. They have, like I said, they have the Elseworld stuff that's kind of over there to the side. Like, okay, we're going to do this Elseworld stuff, but it's not a part of DC proper. It's over there somewhere. I think that's basically what we're looking at with this, because I don't think Gal Gadot is just flat out lying or just making up stories at this point. But it's a confusing situation because James Gunn has promised, oh yeah, we're rebooting this entire thing. This entire universe is being rebooted. And, maybe there was a possibility for guys like Ezra Miller to come along if the Flash did just amazing. Like if it did $1 billion, okay, maybe they might have kept him along, but it didn't. Same thing with Shazam. There was a promise, well, if Shazam does well in the box office, we really don't know. They haven't really told us anything, but that was David F. Sandberg's belief that, okay, if we do our job here with Shazam 2 and we knock it out of the park, there's an opportunity maybe that we'll get invited into the party, to the DCU party. But Gal Gadot, right off the bat, everybody thought she was gone. And now they're saying, oh, well, she's back. But then now she's not back. So again, this is just more of a clusterfuck by DC once again. With all of these comments, it just makes the whole thing shaky as hell. It looks like DC as usual when it comes to James Gunn. Even with James Gunn, it looks like DC as usual. And that's something that they should be very, very worried about. Now, how does this fit with what James Gunn is going to be doing in terms of, I don't know, okay? They talked about a prequel series for Paradise Lost. I don't know if a Wonder Woman would even fall into that. Would he even have a Wonder Woman coming out right away? Or is that something like 5 years down the line? I have a feeling he will bring Wonder Woman in, obviously, but it's going to be like 5, 6 years down the line. And Gal Gadot could be too old to play the Wonder Woman of his dreams, because he already has gotten rid of Henry Cavill for that reason. So I think that a Wonder Woman that he brings in is going to be younger than looking than Gal Gadot. Not to say that Gal is never going to, age out of this role, but I think, in the next 5, 6 years, yeah, she's probably going to be like, yeah, let's do something else with my career. That's not something that we're going to be working on today. I don't know how this is all going to work, but you guys let me know what you think. Go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.